everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. I am making myself a little drink. And we are here for part 2 of decorating my DIY hook. So super excited to show you guys what I have in store. Have no idea if this is going to turn out like planned. I've already changed my mind a few times, but I do think that my original thought process is going to work. We'll see. That's the goal. But I would love to know what you guys are doing on this Friday. Let me know if you are working or taking the day off or working on a DIY hook or crocheting. Something. Yes, Crafty Luscious says good morning-ish. Yeah, it is morning-ish. It's afternoon. It's technically afternoon. Hello from Argentina. Hello. Okay. So, Doreen says, enjoying sunshine. Good. Yes. Let me know if you guys are outside today. Yes. Hello, hello. Okay. So, before I get started, and let me move this down a little bit while I'm talking straight to the camera, and you guys can see, I'll show y'all. This is all of my goodies for today, what I'm going to be using. I've got my sketchbook over here. I've got my markers. I don't think I'm going to be using these today. I don't think I'm going to get to that today. I have a whole bunch of printouts from the computer of lots of fun Mario things. I told you guys I was going to try for a Mario theme. I have my pencils. I have some extra sheets of paper here, and some of my original thoughts, so I'll talk to you guys about that too. But that is what I will be working on today, so we'll see what happens. And if you are participating in the DIY Hook Challenge this year, be sure to join the Discord channel if you haven't, if you want to join in on the conversation there. I'm able to post upcoming events and things when I go live, when we do announcements, things like that. So if you need the link to the Discord server, if you don't have it, just let me know, and I can send it to you in an email again, because that was in the initial email that I sent out to anyone participating in the challenge. So something new that we're doing this year as part of the DIY Hook Challenge is that we are doing giveaways throughout the challenge. So usually we would just have winners at the end, but I know that, we can only have 2 or 3 winners. And so I wanted the opportunity for people to win prizes throughout the challenge for actually actively participating. So taking part in the challenge, not just buying the hook and sitting on it and then not doing anything with it, but if you really are actively participating, if you're posting about it, then we have 3 giveaways that we're doing throughout the challenge this year. So our first giveaway was announced last week in the email, and I'm super excited to announce the first giveaway winner. Oh yeah. Can you drum roll? Oh yeah. Drum roll. It is Alicia Reed of Crafty Lesha. Alicia. Go Crafty Lesha. I think she's here, so I was super excited to see her here. She is our first DIY hook giveaway winner. Woo! Thank you so much for being a part of the challenge this year, Lesha. We are so glad to have you. And let me know if I'm saying, I don't think I've said your name out loud, so I don't know if it's Alicia or Alicia, or if you go by Lesha, since it's Crafty Lesha. Let me know if you're still here. I hope you stuck around. There she is. Yes, you are so welcome. And yes, let me know if I'm saying your name any close to right. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys now about what my original plans are and why that changed and how it's kind of still the same, but not. So my original plan for this hook, so you guys can see, this is the hook. And I wanted to do like little different Mario levels as you went up the hook. But I realized that when I started to print off the levels, I'll show you guys, I actually printed a few. So I measured from here to here. I measured this section of my hook, and I got on Canva and I created the little printed out levels like this. But you see how tiny those are? Like, there's no way. I mean, I bought paint pens, but that's specific. And Crafty Lesha's Lesha, but either way is fine. Awesome. Glad to know that I did at least say Lesha right. So this is what they looked like. And I knew that with my paint pens, even with the teeny little ones, there's no way I was going to get that kind of detail. So, but I will show you, this was the goal, and it did work. So if I had done it this way, it would wrap the hook like this, and it comes all the way together on this side, almost all the way together, which is what I wanted. So I started thinking, okay, well, what could I do instead? And I decided that I kind of want to combine all of the elements and create pieces from the world. So I'm thinking, and I need to look, because see, I've got the underwater world up here, and then I've got the one that's up in the air, and then I've got just a cute little Yoshi with the little mushroom, which makes me happy. And I really think that I'm going to lean more heavily into the Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3. Those were the ones that I feel like I played the most as a kid. So since I decided to try and create something that's not just the teeny little bitty ones, here is all of the goodies that I printed out, and my printer decided to not do what I wanted it to do, and it printed them double-sided, which is not super helpful in this case. But you guys can see I've got the underwater, and I blew everything up so that it'll be easier for me to see what I want to include. And I think the top of the hook is going to be one of these little bomb missile guys, the little missiles. But I love the little clouds and the little coins, so I'm trying to think, like, I think I might start with the water. So I think at the bottom of the hook, where did my hook go? Oh, standing up. Okay. So I think I'm going to put some water down here, and then start with like the sand, and maybe out of the sand have more of the green world come up like this. And then obviously the bomb, if the bomb is the top piece, it's going to stop like right around here. So I don't have a ton of space to work with after that. So I'd have the little green world, and then maybe some of the flying pieces. And I feel like I have to have one of the little tunnels with the little chomp chomp guy coming out of it. So let's see, I'll show you guys some of the other stuff that I found. These were some of the graphics from there. So I grabbed one of the tunnels, and then I've got some of the power-ups on here from those. So I think those are super fun. I think those would be really fun to include. And then I feel like I definitely need to include some of these guys with the little things and the question mark, and maybe some of these little funky guys. I think that would be fun. And then obviously I've got to get some of these like flying around. Those are fun. And then the clouds are really fun. So like any of these little bumpy guys, I think that would be good. And then this is the one that I'm going to turn the hook into. So I think that will be super fun to turn the very top of the hook into this. We've got the little fireball guy up here. I'm trying to see around it so I can see what you're looking at. The little angry sun would be really fun, I think, to include if I can, to incorporate him. And then these were some graphics that I found too. So just different interpretations of the little characters. What else do we have?
Calling him the wrong name.
Huh?
Calling him the wrong name.
I'm sure I am calling him the wrong name.
The little chomp chomp guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The little squish guys.
Yes, exactly. I don't know all their names. We have the dungeon world right here from the first Super Mario Brothers, but then here's some underwater world, which I wanted to try to incorporate somehow because I love these little guys. They're really funny. I think they'd be fun to include. And then the little fishes. The little fishies are funny. So let's see, what else? Oh, these guys. This was the world that I remember playing the most. I think that might be 3. It might be 2. I'm not sure. But I like the diagonal squigglies on those. I think that would be really fun to include. And then this guy. So I feel like I definitely need him in there somewhere. And let's see what else. So I also thought that the little toadstool type ones are really fun. I don't know. I mean, I only have so much room on this hook, so, you know, that's where it's going to get really interesting to try to figure out what I can and can't include. And let's see. Oh, so this one actually does tell you what some of them are called. So this one's called Bullet Bill. I didn't know his name. So Bullet Bill right there. And then Blooper, that's the little like squid looking guys. Those are funny. Obviously you've got the Goombas and the Koopas. Hammer Bro. But the flat fire flower, I thought that would be a good one. I've got something in my shirt. Can't tell if that's a bug or just my shirt. Oh, I had an ant in my shirt. Ants. Okay. What else we got? I think that's pretty much it. I got a little Yoshi on there. And I guess I figure Mario needs to be on there somewhere. I'm concentrating on all the other characters. So now my goal is going to be to cut out a few sections that are a little bit taller than this. So if you can see, these don't quite go all the way up to this part of the hook, so I'm going to make them a little bit taller. And then I'm going to, yeah, Kim, an ant, yes, in my shirt. I'm going to make it a little taller, and then I'm going to start trying to draw ideas on the paper first to see what fits. And then I'll be able to draw them on here with pencil. So I don't think I'm going to get to the hook today, but I think it'll be really fun to work on some of this stuff with you guys, being able to check out what I'm doing. So let's see if I can move this back and up. Let's see, maybe a little further. That way I'll be able to show you, I think, if I'm sitting here. Let's see. Maybe I'll back it up a little more. Is that good? Oh yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I've got my measuring tape. I've got thick drawing paper out of a sketchbook. And I do want to measure the full. Let's see, this is about 5 1/4 inches. So I can make a mark. 5 1/4. And if you guys can't stick around for the whole live, I am going to post these. I posted the first one on YouTube, so you can check that out if you want to see the whole process. Because I really haven't done a whole lot outside of the lives so far. All right, so I'm actually going to, I wonder if I move this over. Let's do this. I can trace this. Since I know that that's the right width. I'm going to move it down and trace it all the way down. But I feel like this is a good technique for anyone who wants to draw on their hook but isn't sure how to get all of the dimensions right. Okay. All right, I think that's good. All right, so I drew this away from the center because I want to bow the bottom out to make it look like the bottom of the hook. So I'm going to cut it at an angle. So let's do that. And I think I'm actually going to fold it to make sure that I get a straight line. That's a little high. Let's go a little bit smaller. It's always my trick for cutting straight lines because you can line those sides up pretty much. Making sure, yeah. And then you've got your seam to cut along. Kind of feel like I'm in like a camp art class right now. Okay, so we're gonna cut here. And then I'm going to, I feel like that's still a little tall, so let's cut a little bit further down. All right, oh, I like that. That's good. I'm going to cut from the corner. Oop. Already screwed that up. That's okay. Okay. And I'm going to cut up the edges. There we go. So looky there. That is going to be the template for my hook. And I'm guessing, I was going to say, I don't think it's going to want to wrap because of the bottom. Huh? Yeah. Well, I don't want to wet the paper. I'm going to draw on it. Yeah. But as you guys can see, there you go. That's what we're looking at. Now, I do want to make this a little bit shorter because I know that the little bomb guy is going up here. So I'm going to cut that right about there. Fold that over. The captain is working on the RV today.
Swing that camera around.
Let's see. There he is. We are putting in a new...
What is this we?
Well, you didn't wait on me. He said we were going to do it after the live, and I went to the post office, and I came back, and he was already on the roof. So then I have to go live, and then I'm going to go help him when I'm done with the live. So there we are. There's the shorter version. And that should be almost perfect to at least help me figure out where my little characters are going to go. And you can see I don't have a ton of space to work with. So, especially if I've already committed to putting the little missile guy on the top. That's what he's called. He's called Bullet Bill.
No kidding. Missile guy.
Yeah, he's the missile guy. Missile guy Bill. Okay. So, I have my little pencil, but I'm not sure. I feel like, I don't know if the charcoal pencil is a good idea because, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut a few of these out. I'm going to trace this. I feel like that makes more sense because I know my first time is probably not going to be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few of these. And I would advise you do the same if you're trying out this technique. I'm going to go ahead and trace first.
So was it Lesha or Alicia?
Lesha.
I told you. I was
Yeah.
right.
You're always right.
See, there's blueberries up on the roof that we could have eaten or the chickens could have eaten. But the cardinals carry them to the roof.
Our cardinals are eating our blueberries. And they're not even eating them. They're just carrying them off to new places.
To stain the roof.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to cut a couple of these out. And then we are going to try to decorate them. We'll see how that goes. All right. So that one, obviously the bottom is not as wide, but that is, it works. And I'm going to do the same thing. So that was one. Let's do a couple of these. And if this little breeze would keep up, that would be really nice. Okay, so here's another one. We'll do one more. And this one, I'm probably just going to go ahead and cut this one instead of tracing. We'll see how that goes if I cut it. Maybe do 4 of these. I guess I can do 3, and then if I run out. Lesha says, we have birds that eat all our berries too, and squirrels that look like they know they shouldn't take them with the way they look around before they run off with them. Yes. Same.
Our squirrels know better.
Yeah, we don't have the squirrel issue in the backyard because of the dogs.
But out front, they do test us sometimes.
Yeah, they like to try to get on the bird feeders out front. Kim says, side note, I love your yellow chair. Thank you so much. This was a dining room set that came with the house that we were living in Georgia. And we could not even get someone to come take it for free before we moved. So it moved with us. But it's too big for any of the rooms in our house. So we decided to make it an outdoor set and painted the chairs, recovered the chairs, and we still have to do the table. It's just still plain old yellow, orangish wood, you know. But that's next up. But these chairs have been great. I'm really happy with them. We'll probably, I've thought about doing like a splatter paint every summer. So every summer, like take the cushions out and like splatter paint with a different color. That can be really cool. But definitely need to paint the table. Okay, so I have 3 of these, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. Kim says I would totally have grabbed that. Totally have grabbed what? The chairs? Oh, the table. Yes. If we were giving it away for free, yeah, we couldn't get anyone to take anything for free because nobody wanted to like have to pack it up and move it, I guess, because this was a really heavy piece. Okay. So I think I'm going to use my sketchbook. I got this little sketch man on the front as my drawing platform. Okay, so I want to find the underwater scene first. See a couple of underwater scenes. That one has some water. That's up in the air. Oh, here's the underwater scene, one of them. And let's see if there's another one. I thought there was one that had... That's a good one. Okay. I got a couple underwater scenes I think I can work with. And I wanted to try and include elements of the video game if I can. So this would probably be the easiest. So if you guys see the little top border up here, I could incorporate that around the very top here. Let's see if I can even draw that. This is going to be like the nailed it version of the DIY Mario hook. If I can just get the shapes right, I think it'll be pretty good. Well, it's uneven, but that's what I'm going with. That's the little waves. And it's got little waves underneath the waves. Okay, so I've got that. And then I would be putting some creatures under here. And I guess I could do the little bricks. I say little bricks, they're pretty big bricks. And I wonder if we do this while I'm drawing, you guys may actually be able to see what I'm drawing. So if I draw right here, there we go. That'll be more interesting for you guys to watch. All right. So I'm trying to draw these little brick guys right here. And it looks like the bottoms of them, they've just kind of got that kind of shape to them. Let's see if I fold this over. Let's see what that looks like. If it was only showing the tops of those blocks, what that would look like. Yeah, it's just like little bumps here. I feel like one should be bigger than the other one, like that. Here we go. So those would be green. And I probably will try to go in with some ink, maybe like a Sharpie, and detail everything to make it easier for me to draw on the hook, because I'll see all the detail. So I really want to try to do, and I wonder if I can trace through here. Not really. Let's see if this one. And he's really not, I feel like he's too small anyway. So let's make him a little bit bigger. I want this little fish guy. Show you the little fish man. Little fishy. That guy. Yeah. Now I wonder if I have a better picture of him, because there are a couple of these that I found where people had kind of redrawn them already, which will be helpful for me to see. And the fish is called Cheep Cheep. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't really see a better drawing of the Cheep Cheep. Let's make sure. Go through all these. I feel like if it was going to have it, it would be this one, but I don't see that particular character. Okay, that's fine. We're going to just go with it then. All right, so I kind of need a circle, because he's kind of just a big circle. He's going to be pretty big then. All right, and then I'm going to get rid of the front of the circle, because his eyes kind of pop out the front. Let's see. I just feel like his eyes are skinnier than that. Need this closer. Go. Y'all can still see that? Okay, good. You can still see that. All right. There we go. He's got his little eyeballs. And his little fish mouth. I am not an artist, y'all, so bear with me on the drawing. See if we can get you guys even closer. Let's see. If I bring this in this way. Oh, not that way. Let's move it. Let's see if I do this. Yeah. That's good. You see the little start of the fish man? Okay, so let's see. And I feel like I need a crochet hook in here so that people who join know I do still do crochet. This is for crochet for my hook. Okay, so I need to get rid of this back piece here because he's got a little fin that sticks out back here. And I do feel like he's a little shallower than a full circle, so we're gonna get rid of the back part here. And I'm just drawing on printer paper for now. I feel like it was easier for me to erase on this paper. And he does have a little fin. little top fin. There we go. And then he has a little back fin, a little butt fin. Mm-hmm. Now I do feel like this needs to be lower. Bring this down. Okay. And then he's going to have a white belly. I think that was a little bit longer too. Okay, there's my little fish dude. That's pretty cool. All right, so we've got a little fishy. What else is underwater? I like the idea of maybe doing this blue piece here. What else did I have? Oh, we've got these little guys, the little bloopers. So let's put one of those in there. And I guess we could also do, could bring these up. That's going to make it very Mario World. I'm sure drawing these on an angle is going to be fun. All right, so these blocks have a little section here in the corner. And then a little piece that comes up like this. And then a little piece here. And then a piece here. Yep. Okay. There we go. That's pretty cool. A little tower. So I think that the little blooper guy, this little guy, I feel like he needs to be like right up in here, maybe. And I could even do like some coins right here. That'd be kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's put the coins. Right here. So those are going to be some little coins. That's kind of cool. And then we're going to do this little guy. And I think he should be kind of like coming out of the water maybe a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see, he's a little bit taller than him. So let's put his head up here. Got a pretty pointy head. Maybe not that pointy. Alright, and then he's got his little eyes. Oh yeah, he's a funny little creature. Then we got his little tentacles tentacles. Four of these little buggers. Oh yeah, there we go. What you guys think? It's pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so some of that may have to like scooch in. I'm interested to see if that even will work like that, but I think that's pretty cool. And then we could definitely do some little bubbles. Got the little bubbles. Okay, so now we move up, and that's what I wanted to look at. This kind of like sandy piece right here, like that. I think I might want that to come up maybe out one side. So this would come across here and be like that kind of sandy texture. And then I'd have to have it wrap. So we'll let that come out on this side too. With the little dots. Like that, maybe? Maybe. And then, let's see. From there, I thought about having, let's see. This kind of world rise up off of it. You see how this is like, you can see the sand down here? So then having the grass come up right here and having these little guys, I think would be pretty cool to come out of that. So I think that means this will probably have to wrap further and more of this will have to be underwater. We won't have as much of a break. So I think if we extend the sand, I can move my coins down a little bit. Probably make them a little smaller too. Like that. And then extend the sand. And I don't think I want to show too much sand. So I want it to be like this one up here. So if I erase this, have the sand be about that wide. That's straight across. It's a lot lower actually. Okay, so from here, we have this next section of land. And I think this would be a fun place to put one of those air bars. So let's do this first. Let's do that piece. Maybe have him stop there. I guess if this continues through, it could come out on this side. And we can have another one up here. And then these will have those wavy lines. And this will have the little grass pieces. Like that. Building a little world. Alright, and I do want this water to stay here. Have that kind of disappear into the water maybe. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to forget about this guy. So I really want one of these in here. So I think that he's going to sit right here. So let's do a tunnel. I gotta do a short tunnel. All right. And then out of the tunnel, we've got, start with his lower pieces. Oh, that's a really thick body. That's too thick. Here. There we go. So from there, got these pieces that stick out. Okay, and we've got his head. Looks like his head is pretty much in line with his leaves. So I'll do that as like a drawing assist. Give him a round head to start. And then, let's see, that's about here for his mouth. That's pretty good. His lips sticking out pretty far. Okay. He really doesn't have teeth. I guess I thought that they had teeth. I was mistaken. All right. I'm really glad that I'm doing these live because I thought I would have more done before I went live and I didn't. I've been putting it off. So this is really super helpful. So let's see if we've got a picture of one of those floating bars. Yes. Okay. So these kinds of things, I think that's the only one I have a picture of. Or like this, that little guy. So I want to do one of those, like maybe even right out here in the center under here. Okay, and maybe have Mario standing on that. So I can draw this little Mario guy. His little foot. He's kind of got a belly. And his arms. I'm telling you guys, if I can draw like this, then you guys can totally draw on your hooks too. I promise. Okay, now I need his little face, his little ear. His little nose. Might have to work on him a little bit. Well, that's not too bad. There you go. He's kind of leaning back a little bit. Okay, so from there, I guess we could do, I definitely want to do one of these little question mark boxes. Question mark box. So let's stick one of those up here in this corner. I'll have to work on the specifics of that. But that's where I'll put it. At least I think that's where I'll put it. We'll see. And I want to for sure have one of the little mushroom dudes, the little Goombas. See if we can find a good picture of one of those. Yeah. One of these little guys. There he is. So he's going to go down here on the ground. Right here. This little guy. So he's got his one little foot on the ground. The other one's up a little bit. And this body coming up like that. That's pretty good. We'll give him his weird little angry eyebrows. Kind of looks cross-eyed. His little mouth. I think those are little like fangs or something. That's pretty good. There we go. Okay, and then I think the last thing I knew I wanted was some of these little clouds. So I can put at least one of these little clouds up here. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's a pretty good plan. What do you guys think? So this will be going on my hook like this. So I'll be wrapping that around. And again, there's no good way. I wonder if I could, let's try this. If I snip. There we go. Yeah, see, I think I gave myself way too much room down here. And the bottom is going to fold over. I don't know if all of those guys are going to fit. Let's go ahead and just cut this off right there. And put this on here. So that is how that'll go. So I'll have the little Sunshine, little Mario, that little guy, that little guy, the question box, that all fits. And then down here, I do think I'll have to rethink that piece because I don't know if I'll have enough room around there for all those little guys. But I think once I go over these with the Sharpie, it'll tell me if I can kind of put that here and then put the other little guy here. But I think that's a good start. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is what I will be working on over the next week. I can't remember if I'm doing a part 3 next week or if I have a guest. If you usually join me on Fridays when we're not doing the DIY hook challenge, I'm not working on this. I usually have a guest on and it'll be Pink Sheep and Friends. So that might be next week. I have to double check. If not, I should be actually working on putting the ink on the hook and getting the colors on there and doing all that. Because we have about 2 weeks left, I think, for the DIY hook challenge. Let's see, today's the 9th, a little bit longer than that. But yeah, if you guys are working on it, again, if you're part of the DIY hook challenge this year, be sure to join the Discord channel so that we can check out your progress, or you can use the hashtag DIY hook challenge here on Instagram to see what people have been working on, to see other people's progress. And then if you missed out this year, at this point, we should be coming back next year. So you can join in next year and decorate your hooks for a chance to win some fun prizes. And congratulations again to Crafty Lesha Reed for winning our first ever DIY hook progress giveaway. We can't wait to see what everyone else creates. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you missed this and you want to watch the whole thing again, you'll be able to catch it on my YouTube channel and on here on Instagram. As soon as this is over, I'll post it so you can rewatch it. But thank you guys for joining me. I'll talk to you soon. Happy hooking!